here back in the studio. Of course, she's here right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to 106.9 Radio, Miss Danielle Aline.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Danielle.
How are you?
I'm good.
You doing all right?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Don't be. It's okay.
Listen, she should be a pro by now. You broke her into radio. She was on radio just on Monday. She
Wow.
has like a whole schedule already.
Well, she's a full-fledged
All right.
radio.
She's ready. She's
Okay,
ready.
well, just make sure you speak close to the microphone for me, and of course, we're going to be having some great conversations here. And once again, welcome to 106.9radio.com.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, she's more comfortable with Natasha, so we're going to start a conversation with her, Natasha. Get them warmed up.
It's the lion, you know, the dreads is making her nervous.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just teasing. No, but so Danielle, so you had a really exciting few couple of weeks, right?
Yes.
All right, so tell us a little bit. The last time you was on the show, you were telling us about you getting ready to go to the White House, and we promised that we'd come back and you would share your experience about the White House, and also just about that whole journey to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about your journey. What did you do? It was a 6-day conference about leadership development for an 11-year-old going to a leadership conference already. There's only one way for you to go, and you know what that is? Up. So tell us about the 6-day conference that you was on in Washington, D.C.
Well, it was called the Junior National Young Leaders Conference, and it was at a hotel. I was all by myself with rising 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And there we did a lot of workshops and simulations, which are like plays. And we went on tours like to the Capitol and the White House and Harper's Ferry. And we spoke to keynote speakers like Anthony Robles, and we spoke to congressmen. And we mostly talked about leadership and making good decisions there.
Awesome. So some of the things that you experienced while you were there, you were able to facilitate the role chief of staff.
Yeah.
So you was the chief of staff to the president.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how did that work out for you?
That was very stressful.
Was it really?
Yes. So it was basically a simulation called My Day in Office, and the president had to decide whether they wanted to fix or flood the mainland generator that had recently exploded. And since I was the chief of staff, I was the one having to talk to the social media and the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of Agriculture, the Secretary of Economy, and I was the only one who could talk to the president about her decisions. And at first it was pretty easy because everybody was on the same page, but then social media would come in and say it was terrorists, or it had to do with Hurricane Sandy, and it just got extremely stressful.
Wow, that must have been a really good, because I'm trying, you actually painted a really good picture in my head right now, where you are the spokesperson in the White House, speaking to the media and giving everyone exactly the feedback of what's taking place actually from inside the White House, and of course you get the first-hand information given to the public. That must have felt really good.
Yeah, it was good since I was talking to the president, but it was still it got me all anxious because if we made the wrong decision, the mainland would stop sponsoring the president, and then they would all blame the chief of staff.
They're putting her in some real life scenarios over here.
That's what's good. I love the fact that you had that experience, because again, not many kids get a chance to actually do this. So you actually are breaking the ground, you're breaking barriers, especially in such a high caliber situation.
Yeah.
So did you actually feel the stress? Could you feel the stress?
Yeah, my heart was beating when I was going to the president.
Getting nervous.
You know what happened, Danielle? Even sometimes, even as much as I do this every single week for the past few years, I still get nervous sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's okay. But you gotta get a bit more comfortable as time goes by.
She's gonna be well prepared.
DJ SEB just let out a little secret.
Yeah,
Get nervous.
I gotta, the lion has to
The rasta shakes.
I gotta come out like a big bull. Stop it.
Oh, behave. So Danielle, we're gonna kind of advance a little bit. So you had this experience at the conference. Was it what you expected?
Yes, it was exactly what I expected.
How are you different today? So you went to the conference. How do you feel different as a leader, as a decision maker? Even just at 11, how do you feel? What's the different person that you are today?
Well, before I went to the conference, I thought of leadership as just like doing the right thing, getting good grades. But then when I went there, they told us that a leader isn't necessarily just somebody who does the right thing, who gets good grades. It's somebody who can inspire people to do the right thing as well. So I learned that when I do things, I have to know that everybody's watching me, even when they're not there. There's still people watching, technically, and I have to be able to do the right thing and get good grades, so other people will want to do the right thing and get good grades too.
Well, you're actually becoming a role model for other kids right now. Of course, you said the right thing. If you fail right now, a lot of kids will be disappointed and they're going to feel like, okay, it's okay to fail as well. So since that you have so many kids that are looking up to you, especially the fact that you don't have to physically be in front of somebody. If you say something on social media right now, or you just write something somewhere, as long as your name is attached to it, everyone is still seeing who you are, what you got going on.
Everybody's watching you. So Danielle, so as we're getting ready to wrap up, we just want to appreciate you so much for coming to share your story. And so one quick question for you.
Okay.
So at 11, you know what you want to be.
Yes.
Why did you choose journalism? What made you, I think I'm going to do this journalism?
Well, it was honest. This honest story is, I was watching Good Morning America one morning, and it was talking about how a woman had quit her job as a journalist to work at an ice cream parlor out on the beach. And I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, so I just said, I guess I want to be a journalist. But then when I started looking into journalism, I realized that the things that journalists do, I actually like to do. I like to write and research and learn history, learn what's going on. So I actually got interested in journalism, so when people asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I truthfully did want to be a journalist because it seemed very interesting.
Awesome.
That is awesome. That's amazing. At such a young age.
No, seriously, but again, here's another interesting question. How did your mom and your dad play that role in supporting you? Because again, you know, for your age, and once you do this, to the fact where you got to the White House, there must have been some great support from your parents. Just tell us a bit more about that.
Well, both of my parents are really big leaders. Like when I did an essay at Washington, D.C., they were talking about who's a leader to you. And a leader for me is my mom because she's in the PTA and she works at church and stuff. And she really works hard. And my dad works hard too. So I guess they're just like hard workers and they never give up. So that kind of inspired me.
Nice.
Mom and dad are in the studio, grinning from ear to
Hey,
ear.
yes.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Congrats to Mom and Dad. Yes.
So Danielle, we are just inspired by you, and we thank you so much for coming and sharing your time with us and telling us about your experience. And any last thoughts or anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
I have to thank my sister too, because she makes me super tough.
Right. Those siblings, they do make us super tough. Great. Well, thank you again, guys. This is Danielle Allen, our 11-year-old phenomenal leader. She is literally decided that she wanted to be the next Barbara Walters of journalism. However, she is going to, you know, claim her own position and her own status as Danielle Allen, journalist. I said that she's a Stellar Award-winning journalist already.
No, I really believe so.
Do you believe so?
Yeah, I feel so. And Danielle, we have space for you here on 106liveradio.com. So you want to be that journalist, we'd love to have you here, okay?
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Tell your mom and your dad. Act like they're not here right now. Tell your mom and your dad that you have a new home in 106liveradio.com.
Mom and Dad have a new home here.
She's going to be busy.
All right. All right, thank you so much, my dear. And of course, we're looking to talk to you soon again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.